That loss to the Baltimore Ravens by the Houston Texans, I'm sure that one's sticking with you. It stinks to lose that way, but the one that jumps off the page in this entire schedule that really kind of sticks with me over the course of this season is that loss to the Tennessee Titans a few weeks ago. Maybe the Texans have revenge on their minds when it comes to the season finale against Tennessee, and if they do, hopefully they have an asterisk next to that revenge mindset that they're taking to Nashville to take on the Titans. I'll explain, power my friends at BetUS. Look, by virtue of losing to the Ravens and losing to the Kansas City Chiefs a few days before that, the Texans are locked into the 4 seed in the AFC playoff rankings. They cannot get up to the 3 seed. They can't lose the 4 seed because they won the AFC South. And by virtue of winning the AFC South, they are going to host a playoff game in Super Wild Card Weekend. The most likely opponents, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. And I know that the loss to the Ravens maybe lowered your hopes for any playoff game, certainly against 2 pretty solid defenses like the Steelers and the Chargers, but those teams still have to come to Houston. They've got to play what should be an elite defense for the Texans because it's not the Baltimore Ravens coming to town to take on the Texans in that playoff game. And hopefully the offense has a little something for whatever playoff opponent they have. Hopefully the Texans have something for the Tennessee Titans this weekend, but not everything, okay? If they want revenge for the loss at home to the Titans earlier this season, they should try to go get revenge. They just shouldn't use all their tools in trying to get the revenge. By virtue of the losses, not being able to improve your standing in the AFC, jumping up to the 3, or you can't lose where you are in the 4 spot, the Texans don't have a vested interest in a win or a loss in the big picture of things when it comes to the game against the Titans to finish the season. That means that if there's no big picture victory to be had, what use is there going full bore, putting another game of wear and tear on your body, especially when you might even play the short week Saturday matchup? The Texans have some key players that they should put on ice for this matchup, guys that I don't want them to get anywhere near the field, and, well, guys that could replace them and give themselves an opportunity to put something together ahead of that playoff game. I'll tell you about it right after I tell you that the line makers have built in, it seems, that the Texans may be taking a light day on this one. You can already wager on this game over at BetUS. YouTube 150 is the code to get a 150% bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit. The Texans 4.5-point underdogs in this matchup with the Tennessee Titans on the road. Clearly, the line makers expecting the Texans to rest some of their players. I still kind of like the Texans in this one. Maybe not huge, usually 55 to win 50. Maybe you're cutting that in half, 25 to win 22 or so. It is the final week of the season, but that's already built into the line for this game because the Texans shouldn't be playing some of those key players. I feel like there are 5 players that shouldn't get anywhere near the field on the season finale matchup against the Tennessee Titans. Number 1 is CJ Stroud, especially because Stroud hinted that he might be dealing with a little bit of an injury after the Ravens game. He shouldn't be on the field. You got no shot if you don't have CJ Stroud in that playoff game. Don't put him on the field. Davis Mills is here for that very reason, to play a game, operate the offense. He's familiar with it. They signed him to an extension for next season already. So give him that opportunity to go out there, sling it around against the Tennessee Titans defense and see what Davis Mills can put on tape and see if the offense can work out some kinks here and there with Davis Mills in there. Maybe get some wide receivers going. Speaking of wide receivers, don't want to see Nico Collins out there. Nico Collins, you got no shot if you don't have Nico Collins in that playoff game, but you do have a replacement that needs a little bit of work in the Texans offense, needs to run the routes associated with the offense, needs to go out there and get his wind back after not playing a ton recently. In the past few months, or past few weeks, that's Deontay Johnson. Get him on the field, get him in tune with Davis Mills, get Deontay Johnson the waiver claim from this past week, get him in some football shape, get him in tune with whatever he can learn in the offense in this time, and find out if you can help him get ready to help you in the playoff game. No Joe Mixon in this matchup. For me, that means a little bit more Dameon Pierce. Let's see what he can do with some opportunities to be the running back one for this team for a day against the Tennessee Titans. Hasn't been the season that many hoped from Pierce, hoping for a bounce back, more in tune with this defense. Hasn't quite had the opportunities. Well, give him a full game of opportunities in this one. The final two players, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. Don't play either of the top two defensive ends in this matchup. You don't need them getting rolled up on by some big fat offensive lineman who falls down trying to block them. Don't play either of those guys in this one. You've got Derek Barnett. You've got Jerry Hughes. You've got a multitude of options there at the defensive end spot. Give those guys some opportunities against the Titans. I'd even go as far as to add Derek Stingley to that list as well. Derek Stingley, what's he need to do against the Tennessee Titans? Maybe play Kamari Lassiter on that inside, in that inside slot cornerback spot that he has played a little bit since Jimmy Ward's injury. So maybe play Lassiter a little bit, but that wouldn't even suit Derek Stingley up either. So I said 5, but how about a 6-pack of players that shouldn't be playing in this one? What say you? Players that you don't want to see against the Tennessee Titans? Look, I think I want to make it clear. If you do go on the field, you do play, even if it is for a quarter, you give it your all. Guys going half speed or not giving it their all, that's how guys accidentally get hurt when they don't intend to be getting hurt. Well, I guess you never intend to get hurt. That's how guys accidentally get hurt or add to the risk for injuries when they're not actually going full bore on the field. But I wouldn't even let those players on the field. Wouldn't even give them their uniform for that day. Get the sweats, head to the sideline, help out the guys that are going to play in this matchup. Who do you not want to see play against the Titans? And who do you want to see Deontay Johnson get, 20 targets in this game and see if he can get ready to help you in the playoff game? Let me know in the comments section down below. On your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, don't forget to check out my friends at BetUS with that code YouTube150. So much fun stuff coming up on the channel as we get you ready for the final week of the season and then get you ready for the playoffs. Don't forget the SNL channel as well. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And I can't wait until we talk Texans again soon.